So welcome everyone. Find a comfortable seat. It can be on your chair if you're choosing to use your chair. Namaste everyone, good morning. The word and the philosophical principle of today that I'm sharing is asteya. And asteya, we usually translate it as generosity or abundance. In many of the texts of yoga, if you have texts that read the different principles of philosophy, you'll find it as non-stealing, which is usually actually the way that it's mainly translated. But I don't like using that because I think that if we think more of generosity and abundance, we bring a different feel of this idea of this principle. So I'm going to read a little bit about it and then I'll share my ideas. It says, the ability to have our needs met and to manifest rightful prosperity contributes greatly to our worldly happiness. It also indicates our alignment with spiritual law. The key to unlocking the spiritual law of prosperity lies in this principle of asteya. The practice of non-stealing, or to go a step further, the cultivation of generosity, is instructed to assure all material and spiritual success and therefore happiness. Through the awareness of our interconnectedness, we link generous action with truthful intention and give from what is authentic in our hearts, as well as from what is within our physical means. In a balanced exchange of giving and receiving, we experience the intertwining nature of these and the joy that is equivalent in either role. Asteya, or abundance, calls for us to honestly look at the subtle ways in which we take that which is not ours. It could be an idea that a college had that we take it as our own, or maybe we copied content from a website that someone else sees it was from someone else. It could be taking supplies from the office or taking over a conversation when someone else is sharing. To practice this principle authentically, we need to monitor all the little self-serving motives that cross our minds and dictate our choices. So this is a little bit of the idea. What I want to say about this is that I think it's in this time, abundance, it's a quality that it's perhaps, I feel like it's very positive to tap on, in the sense of that sometimes when we are challenged, we feel that we are lacking things, or we are lacking knowledge, or we are missing on something. And it's a great opportunity in this time to look around and practice abundance, in the sense of checking in and realizing of all of the things that we already have that are making us whole and that we can give each other. So this is the idea for today. The invitation is to find anything that connects to you to the quality of abundance and generosity, and to use that through your practice today, listening to your body, making space and time for you, and applying this concept, knowing that you have all the tools that you need within yourself. So let's sit tall. Invite the shoulders to relax. Bring your palms together. Let the thumbs rest in front of the heart center. And take a few breaths here, just natural breaths, noticing the way you are feeling in this moment. So first the physical body, then the breath, then the energy level, any thoughts, memories, or worries that may be around you at this time. Become the witness in loving awareness without having to fix, change, or modify anything. We take this journey that will ignite the fire that will purify not only our physical bodies, but will also create or bring more clarity into our minds and our hearts. So we commit from the place where we are at today, with compassion, with love, and with the opportunity to make space and bring more freedom. We'll open with the Om sound one time, if you choose to join me. First, inhaling deeply through the nose. Big exhale through your mouth. And then breathing in again. Then we'll gently bow the head to the hands and the heart, releasing the palms slowly onto your lap, lifting the head and opening the eyes if they were closed when you're ready. Thank you so much for being here with me. Let's start. Today we're going to start with a posture that may be a little bit of a challenge, so you're going to modify it if you need it. I'm going to tuck my toes and I'm going to keep my heels pretty close to each other, and I usually use my hands. I know this is fiery, but it's to start igniting that fire. I'm going with my hands and I'm spreading my toes and I'm going to sit on top of my feet. We are not, my heels. I'm not going to stay super long, but if you need to modify this, sit on your chair or on your blocks or anything you have, then you use that. From here, the only thing that we're going to do is two things. The first one, left fingertips. You follow what I'm saying, okay? Left fingertips onto the floor or a block if you don't get there. Inhale your right arm up. And with the exhale, we tilt towards the left. I'm using my left fingertips to push the floor away. And I'm going to try and bring both my shoulders back and spin the heart up towards the ceiling. With my left fingertips, I'm pushing so the right side of my body grounds a little more towards my right heel, okay? Breathing in and out. Good. Then we push the floor with the left fingertips. We come back. We release that right hand. We go the other way. So right fingertips to the side. I'm going to turn the left palm up. Inhaling, left arm up. And then exhale, stretch that left side. Feel the opening. I know it's a little fiery for the heels and the feet. If you can, you push through your right fingertips and you make the left side a little bit more expanded. Spin the chest up towards the ceiling. One full breath. Good, and then push and come back. Last one. We're going to bring the hands behind. My fingertips are pointing towards the back of my mat. And I'm going to roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. Deep inhale here. Lift through the front of your spine. Big exhale. One last, if you can bear with it. Inhale, opening the heart center, finding that abundance, opening the chest, and then we push up. Good. Untuck your toes. Move a little bit to the feet. I know they may be a little bit like too sensitive now. So tap a little bit there. And then keeping the shins on your mat and the hips over your knees, we are going to extend the arms up for the puppy pose. So I'm going to bring my chest down towards the floor or the mat, and I'm keeping my sitting bones up towards the ceiling. And I like this shape in different versions. So if you want, you can just push your hands away. So you lift the sides of your trunk, lengthening the outer lines of your torso, and the sitting bones move away from each other. Sometimes I like to bring fingertips and push the fingertips into the floor to bring the chest a little lower. And if the head comes down, you can keep the forehead down. And we stay there for 2 breaths. Good, then slowly lifting through the torso, bring your hands under the shoulders. And from here, we'll take the cat-cow 3 times. Inhaling, lifting through the front spine, shoulders move back, chin gently up. Exhaling, we round. And again, inhale, exhale. One more, we inhale, and we exhale. Good. Coming back to the center. Today we're going to move the knees a few inches behind the hips. Tuck your toes and let's start coming towards the downward facing dog. If you need the chair instead or you want to change it, you change it. We go up. You can keep your knees bent and start firming through the arms, relaxing the head. And notice the sensation in the backs of your legs. So if they are sensitive or they are still like, you feel like they are tight, you keep the knees bent and you just send those sitting bones up and back as much as you can. The energy in this posture goes up towards the skies through your sitting bones and your hips. So you should not feel your shoulders heavy or the weight of your body coming onto your shoulders, okay? You're pushing the floor away. And then slowly, if you can, we are going to try and bring the inner heels towards the back of your mat. So inner heels, they start moving down at any graduation that feels good for you, okay? Maybe it's halfway, maybe it's all the way, relaxing the head, and then see if you can bring your ribs, the front ribs in a little. So we are not popping the ribs out and we are firming more the front of the body into the back. One more breath. And then from there, we are going to walk the hands back towards the feet. And we are going to widen the feet as much as your mat. And from there, we are going to fold. If you want to put your hands on your shins, you can do that. If you want to use the blocks, you can do that. If you need to bend the knees to release tension in the backs of the legs, do that. Just let the head drop and say yes and no a few times with the head. Good. Then from there, we're going to press through the feet, put the hands onto the hips, roll the shoulders back. We're going to come halfway, lengthening the spine, lengthen through the front of your spine, right? And lift the belly up, send the elbows up towards the ceiling. Now we press through the feet and we come all the way up to standing. Beautiful. Let's bring the feet close to each other. So now they are touching. And we are going to start from the back of the mat. Inhaling, I'm going to change the usual thing that I do. Inhaling, arms up overhead. And with the exhale, I'm going to open to a cactus shape and send the chest up to the ceiling. Then again, I'm going to inhale, lifting through the front spine. Exhale, send the sternum up towards the skies. And again, inhale. Exhale, sacrum long, opening the heart center up and wide. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lifting that chest, sacrum long, lift the belly up. Good, back up, inhaling. Now we exhale and we fold. Inhaling halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold and walk yourself to downward facing dog. Widen again the feet if you want, hip distance apart. From here, we are going to press into the left foot. Inhale the right leg up. Lift that belly and the ribs in. Exhale the right foot forward. We are going to keep that left knee off the mat today. And I'm going to make my left hand go out to the side of my mat. A little bit further out. I have my cat, so I can't go so far. But you're going to do outside your mat. And then from there, you inhale, send the right arm up, roll the shoulders back and lean back towards that left arm. Both my shoulder blades, they are coming in and I'm letting that heart lift up to the ceiling. If you can, you firm your right hip in, toning those legs. Good, then release the right hand, come back towards your mat. And from there, we'll send the right leg back to downward facing dog. Good, one inhalation, we come to plank, lengthen through the spine, lift the thighs. Then we're going to bring the knees down first, then the chest and the chin. Inhaling, we roll into a cobra. Exhaling, release. Tuck your toes, and we go back, downward facing dog. Good, second side, inhaling, left leg goes up. Belly in, left foot forward. We keep the right knee off the mat. Right hand is going out to the side of the mat, as far out as you can. And now we roll and peel the chest open up to the ceiling. Shoulder blades into the back of your heart. Firm those legs, lean back. Deep inhalation through the nose. Deep exhale, long and steady. One more, inhale. With the exhale, bring that left hand down. Bring the right hand into the mat, left leg back to downward facing dog. And we take inhalation to plank. Knees first, then the chest and the chin. Inhaling, we slide, we open up. Exhale. Good, tuck your toes. Back we go, up to downward facing dog. Deep breath in and release. One more breath. Good. We go again. Right leg goes up and back. Right foot comes forward. Good. This time we are going to bring the left knee down. And from here, we are going to lift up, inhaling, arms up overhead. Lift through the spine. Exhale to the cactus shape. Good. Stay here. Tone the hips into the midline. Lift navel towards your nose. Good. Again, inhaling, arms up. Good. With the exhale, I'm going to bring my hands down. And again, the left hand will go a little further out. So I'm making it wider. Again, I'm going to lean back. This time, I'm going to bend the left knee and catch my foot. If you cannot catch the foot, the right hand can go to your right hip. And you stay like this, okay? If the hand is able to catch the foot, you push the foot into the hand. And again, we lean back to open the chest, shoulders back. And if you can, add it, bring that left foot towards your sitting bone. Find your breath. Let it be the leader. Notice the abundance of energy that you can bring into your life. We have everything we need. Releasing slowly. Right hand goes down. Bring that left hand back. Let's go back, downward facing dog. Again, we inhale to plank pose. Knees first, then chest and chin. Inhaling, we come into the cobra. Good. Exhaling, we drop. Tuck your toes. Back up we go, downward facing dog. Stay there for 2 breaths. And we'll switch sides, left leg up. Inhaling, left leg up. Belly in. Thread that left leg forward. Right knee comes down. Second side, I'm going to open my right hand again out to the side so I have extra space. And from there, we open up. Again, we peel that heart up towards the ceiling. And this time I'm going to bend my right knee. Left arm goes back, trying to catch the foot. If you can, you bring that foot towards you. Roll those shoulders back, lean back. Modifying if you need. 2 more breaths. Then we slowly release. Left hand comes back. Right hand into your mat. Back to downward facing dog. And the same thing, we go again. Inhaling to plank. Knees first. then chest and chin. Inhaling to the cobra pose. Exhale. Tucking the toes, back up, downward facing dog. Bring your knees down, widen the knees, bring the sitting bones back, and rest in child's pose. Good. Take a few breaths here. I have a timer, so I'm going to tell you until when we rest in child's pose. Recover your breath. Let this fiery practice ignite what it needs to be ignited to release mentally, physically, emotionally, and give you more space. We take a few more breaths. Good, and then slowly lifting from the child's pose, we take one more time, the downward facing dog, pushing the hips up and back, sides of your trunk long and tall, okay? We are going to start with the left leg first, inhaling the left leg up and back. Good, bend the left knee, do 3 circles with that left knee. Either way, it's okay, but keep 3 to one side, and then 3 the other way. Good, and then we return left leg up and back, left foot comes forward. We are going to turn that left foot so it's parallel to the right foot, and from here I'm going to bend that left knee and stretch the right leg, okay? It's like a squat, but with one leg extended. Then from here I'm switching sides. Right foot pressing down and lifting the left foot so the heel is pushing, the toes are pointing up. And again, I'm going to the left. Then I'm coming back to the right. Nice. One more time each side. We go to the left. Then we go to the right. Good, and then we slowly come back to the center. I'm going to let my toes point out to the sides, heels in, and from there I'm going to lift, trying to keep the thighs wide and moving back. So my inner thighs, they are moving towards the wall behind, arms out to the sides, palms facing up. See if you can sit those sitting bones as low as possible. Inhale, exhale. One more breath, inhale, exhale. Good, then we inhale, we bring the arms overhead, stretching the legs, straightening, turn the feet towards each other, and from here we lengthen the spine, we hinge through the hips, and we come all the way to touch the floor. You can add the blocks here if you need them. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat, release the head, roll the shoulders away from the neck and rest here. If the head touches down, you let it touch down and you bring your hands a little further back to a place where you can see your fingers, okay? If that's not possible in your body and you're using the blocks, just use the blocks. Try to bring the shoulder blades towards each other. Press through the outer edges of your feet. Feel those inner legs toned, lifting the energy up to your pelvis. One more breath. Good, then we walk ourselves back towards the left. Back to plank pose. Good, from here we come all the way down. Inhaling cobra pose. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Second side, right leg goes up and back. Bend the right knee and take 3 circles with that right knee, one way. And then reverse it. Keep pushing through your hands. Your arms are toned and firm. Opening those hips. Good. Re-inhale that right leg up. Right foot comes forward. Good. And from there, again, I'm going to turn. And again, we're going to take those squats. This time I'm starting on the right. Coming down, then moving to the left. Good. Again, 2 more. To the right and left. One last one. Good. Super. We come back to the center. And again, I'm going to keep my toes pointing out, heels in. Again, I'm coming up. This time my hands go on top of my thighs. Try to sit low. Roll the shoulders back. Take a deep breath. Good. Right shoulder will take it towards the left knee. Coming back to center. Good. Left shoulder to the right. Try to keep dropping the sitting bones as much as you can. Back to center. Good. Keep those legs strong. Arms out, palms up. One more time. Sides of your torso really tall. Good. Then bring the arms behind you. Lace the fingers. Roll the shoulders. Open up through the chest. Good. Press through the feet. Straighten both legs. Good. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhale, release the arms. Good. Make your feet parallel to each other again. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, we bring the arms down again. This time we're going to take them a little further out, like a very wide downward facing dog. Push the floor away, make the sitting bones tall. Good. Nice. Then slowly coming back, walk yourself towards your left foot. Back to plank pose. Lower chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhale. Good. We take a child's pose here. And again, we rest for a little while until I tell you we'll stop the rest, okay? So again, come onto your knees. If this shape, the child's pose, is uncomfortable, you can come onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. It's the exact same posture, just upside down. Take a few breaths, softening and resetting your energy level. Good, a few more breaths. Relax the skin in your face. Soften your jaws, your cheekbones, your ears. A few more seconds. Good. Then slowly from there, we are going to come onto our bellies and we are going to bring the elbows right under the shoulders in front of you, okay? We are going to keep pressing through the elbows. We are going to also press through the hands and we are going to roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. Almost like if you want to bring your chest in between your armpits and up, okay? Extend through the legs. Lift the abdomen up and lift that front spine towards your nose. Shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. One more. Good, and then we release. Good, we are going to send the right arm out to the side. The left hand, I'm going to keep it under my left armpit. And we are going to gently, you're going to go slow at your possibility. I'm going to push with my left hand to roll over to the right side and open that front area in my chest. Left leg can go behind you if you want to go a little further. If that feels like it's too intense, keep the left leg on top of the right. Full breath, in and out. Washing out whatever it is that you need to release. Bringing new energy. Good, then we slowly reset that left leg, coming back towards your mat, and we'll shift it. So we're going to take the left arm out to the side, the right hand will come under the right shoulder or under the right armpit, and from there we roll over, the right leg can stay on top of the left or bring the leg all the way to the other side. 3 to 5 breaths here. Softening. Always an opportunity as we pause to scan the body and release or unhook the areas that may be very active and they don't need to be so. Good, then we slowly return back to the mat. Push with your hands and come up. And now we are going to come onto our shins, okay? So if you need to have your blanket or anything to pad your knees, put it there. And for the first one that I'm going to do, I'm going to tap the toes like we did when we started the class, that we tried to sit on the heels, right? But we're not going to sit on the heels. We're going to really tone the legs. We're going to have the knees not wider than hip distance apart, so you want them to be hip distance or even a little narrower. We are going to lift the energy through the inner thighs. Imagine those two lines from your inner knees up, lifting, lifting, lifting. The sacrum is moving down to the earth. My hands are going to come towards my hips, rolling the shoulders back. And remember in the beginning that when we were standing, I did that inhalation and exhale that we were opening the chest. So this is the same idea as that, only that my hands are in my hips. But I'm going to inhale, and with the exhale, I'm lifting the heart center, peeling it up towards the skies, break it open, and send the sacrum down, tone those inner thighs. You can let the head go if that feels okay for you, or keep the back of your skull lengthening. Tone those legs, inhale. Exhale. Good. Before we come back, bring your hands to your heart center and use your core to lift up, untuck your toes, and then we sit back for a moment and we rest. Good. Before we do anything else, breathe into the back of your pelvis. Intentionally send that air towards that space. One more breath here. Good, and then we reset the same shape. We tuck the toes again. This time I'm going to add the option of going a little further, but if you choose to keep the same as we just did, you do the same, okay? So I'm starting with my hands again on my hips, lifting through the front. So pelvic floor, up to your navel, up to your chest. We zip up that. We firm the hip bones towards the center of your body. We lift through the sternum, roll the shoulders back, inhaling here, and we exhale. Good. See if you can bring those arms to the cactus like we did before. Opening a little bit more, shoulder blades into each other, lifting through the spine. One more breath. Good. Hands to heart. Coming back And again, we tuck the toes and we sit back and we rest. 3 breaths. Good. Last time, we'll go back up, we tuck the toes, and this time I'm going to add one more variation, which will be with the hands to go towards the heels. If this is not for you, keep your hands on your hips. All of the different versions, you can pick the one that fits your body, and also that's part of our philosophy, right? Non-harming, listening, using compassion. So from here again, rolling the shoulders, I'm going to tone my glutes, lift through the thighs, inhale, send the sternum up, sacrum long, and for the last variation, I'm going to send my hands, if I can, to the inside of my heels. If that's too much, it can be to the outside. I'm lengthening again through the sacrum, lifting through the abdomen, shoulder blades behind the heart. Feel that chest expanding, exploding out. And then we slowly come back, hands to the heart, and tuck the toes, sit back, and release. 2 breaths here. Again, widening the lower back. We're going to do a posture coming now that it's going to help release that area if it feels sensitive. Good. And from here, we are going to put our hands back to go to down dog, but I'm going to modify this down dog. So we are going to make it really wide. You're going to tuck your toes. I have my feet to the edges of my mat, and I'm pressing up first to stretch the whole spine again. And after I find that shape, I'm going to bring my toes a little bit in towards each other. So like pigeon toe. And press into your heels and try to send that spine a little taller, bringing the belly and the ribs in, relaxing the head. Feel the space we are creating again in the lumbars, relaxing the head and the neck. Two more breaths to release any tension in the lower back. Good, and then we bring the knees down, sit and bring your legs in front. Good, you made most of it. So shake through the legs a little bit. Good, and now we are going to do this last portion on our backs mostly. If you want to have a belt close by, you can bring it in case you feel like you will need it. But the first thing that I'm going to do is to come onto my back, hug the knees into the chest or a little wider and rock from side to side. Create a few circles, one way and then the other. Good. Keep your right knee with you. Extend the left leg out towards the head of your mat or the back of your mat, and keep hugging that right knee in. Option here to use a belt or just your hands. You're going to bring the hands behind your leg, so onto your hamstring or the back of your thigh, and send the right leg up towards the ceiling, okay? If you have the belt and you want to use it, you can do that. If not, you press that right thigh into your hands. Try to relax the shoulders down and really ground that right hip and right sitting bone down to the floor, okay? So we are trying to ground that side, but the back of the leg is really lifting up towards the heel. 3 breaths. Notice if you're tensing or holding or gripping. Soften. Good. Then again, either option with your hand or the belt if you have it. You can even bend the knee if you don't have the belt. And see if with your peace fingers you can catch your right big toe and re-extend there. We are going to use the pseudo belt, which is my arm in this case, to open the right leg to the side. Now I don't want to go so far out that my left hip lifts off the mat. So I'm going to keep my left hand pressing into my left hip, and I'm just going to open up to the place where I feel it's enough for me so I can keep my pelvis grounded and neutral. Notice if your ribs are popping out. See if you can bring them down into the back plane of your body. 2 more breaths. And then we slowly return with that right leg. Bend the right knee into the chest. And release the right leg next to the left one. Take a moment, deep breath. Good, we go to the second side. The left knee comes into your chest. Stay there for a moment, don't rush. Extend through your right leg, push through your right heel. 1 more breath, relaxing through the shoulders, collarbones wide. And then we're going to lace the fingers behind the left thigh, or you put the belt on your foot, and from there we extend through the leg. I'm pressing my thigh into my hands, pushing through the left heel, trying to keep the left outer hip grounded, and also lifting the energy through the back of my leg. Settle in with your breath, a reminder of the abundance that the universe provides even in times of challenge. Gratitude for the places we live in, healthy family members and ourselves, the opportunity to see the light outside and to bring awareness to our actions. Good, then from there I'm going to use my left peace fingers to catch my left big toe. This one for me is going to be a challenge because I have the wall. So I'm going to change it up. I'm going to come the other way. I'm holding the left peace fingers into my left big toe. Extend again. My right hand is on top of my right hip. And then I'm going to slowly open to the side, making sure that I'm going as far as it feels it's enough for me without lifting my right hip off the floor. For each of us, it's a very different experience, different histories in our bodies, physically. So don't force, don't push. That's a little bit also a form of stealing from your own practice. So listen to it. Don't take what it's not given freely. Staying with what is in the present moment, recognizing reality. Last breath. Then we return with that leg back up, bend the left knee into the chest, and then extend the left leg. And notice both sides. Good, from here we're going to bend both knees again, pressing the feet onto your mat, and then again bring both knees in and rock from side to side. Good, from here opening the arms to the sides, I'm going to actually first shift your hips to the right side of your mat for a few inches, and then you're going to bring both your knees to the left. You can put your left hand on top of your right knee if you want, relaxing the shoulders, chin to the right. Drop through the shoulders and the back of the chest. Long, calm breath to soften from top to bottom, the skin. Let your jaws be heavy. One more full cycle here. And then slowly bring both knees back towards the center. Before going the other way, you can shift your hips to the left. Bring the knees back into the chest. Let them drop to the right side. Right hand can hold that left knee if you want. Left arm can be extended or bent, or the arm overhead, and the chin goes to the left. 5 long, steady, and smooth breathing cycles here, relaxing through the shoulders all the way down. Nice, one more. Full inhalation, big exhale, and then slowly returning with the head and the knees back towards the midline. Hug the knees in, again rock from side to side. Good, roll over to one side, press up for a moment, and here I'm going to give you the chance to do 3 different things. One is if you want to take a happy baby before we take Shavasana, to take that one if you prefer. If you know me, I usually like to end with a gentle cooling inversion that is also very beneficial for the immune system, and it can be done at your wall if you have a wall super close with the legs up. I'll show you how. Or it can be done with one block or anything that can support your pelvis underneath. So, 2 options. If you are close to the wall, you put one hip close to the wall, and with your hands, you walk yourself up the wall with your legs, and then you rest your body on the floor. You don't need to have your legs super close to the wall or the sitting bones touching. It can be more of a diagonal, and then from there, you just move the shoulders away from the ears, relaxing the arms, and you stay here for the time that I will time this shape, okay? If this one is not possible for you today, and you have something similar to a block, you come onto your back, lift your pelvis, put the block right at the very end of your spine, the tailbone, and then again, we walk the shoulders away from the neck, placing your hands down to use it as a support, and then one leg at the time, you can bring them up like if you have a wall behind the legs, okay? And you stay in this shape, breathing, trying to make space through the throat, moving the shoulders away from your ears, staying there for a little bit. I'm going to time it, so don't worry, stay there breathing, and I'll tell you when we come down, either from the wall or from the block. I'm not forgetting you. Don't think that I'm leaving. Just stay there and keep breathing. I'll tell you when we release this shape. I'm going to try and keep it at least 1 minute because that's very, like I said, beneficial in your system, your mind, and your body. Getting close to the minute. Another full inhalation through the nose. Big exhale, also long and steady. And then bending slowly the knees, bring them towards the chest. Try to gracefully release the shape without dumping or falling. Bringing the feet down if you are supported by the block, or the knees into the chest if you are at the wall. Then you roll over to the side and you come onto your back one more time, okay? Just come onto your back, and before we take the Shavasana shape, stretch your arms overhead, extend through the legs. Imagine someone pulling from both ends so you can really feel the stretch through the sides of your trunk. Good, and then we'll bring the arms alongside the torso. Wiggle a little bit through your legs and shake a little bit so you make sure that you're not holding or gripping any area in your body. And we are going to start getting ready for Shavasana, the resting pose. So if you have pillows or blankets or anything to cover your eyes, you can use it as a support. And for all of you practicing with me live, again, don't worry about the silence. I'm going to let you know when we are done. Okay, so coming towards Shavasana, we are going to let the body rest. We are going to sink our bones. If you're practicing from home and you have time to stay there, then you are going to stay as much as you need for this practice.